sir. We live. We back, man. Welcome back. If you don't know me, you're new to the channel. I'm your humble host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose. This is the Golden Goose DFS experience where we specialize in single entry 3 max and 20 max content. But listen, like I tell you all the time, even if that's not your particular style of play, man, this is one of the best spots you can be in, especially if you're playing NFL and NBA DFS. Just hit that subscribe button, turn your notification bell on, man. I promise you, you will not be sorry, alright? Also, do me a small favor, hit that like button for your boy, man. It goes a long way to helping the channel grow, alright? It's greatly appreciated. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. This is my third and goal series where I bring you 3 plays across the various positions on the Sunday NFL main slate. We talking quarterbacks today. Got 3 of them queued up for you, man. You know I don't like you hold you long. You know I don't like to hold you long. So we gonna get right into it. Alright, let's talk about it. 10 game slate, man. Another, I don't want to say difficult, but it's a tough slate, man. Limited options. The 10 game slates always get tough. It's always like 2 or 3 games everybody kind of gravitate to. Could have some weather spots in here. It's still a little early in the week. Weather can change in the next couple of days, but definitely keep an eye out on that. We're going to give you the QBs the way we see the slate, man. And if you've been watching me, especially the last couple of weeks, I told you the later the season goes, man, the cream kind of rises to the top. You want to stay with those top tier quarterbacks. At least I do. Every now and then I take a shot on a cheaper quarterback in the right situation and things of that nature. But at the top, man, we're going to start you off with your thumbnail. Dak Prescott, 8K. Listen, he's just a man on fire right now, man. He is lighting it up in the spot against the Bills here. What should be a tough matchup at home in Buffalo. Listen, I think this game is going to be everything it's cracked up to be. Dallas defense is tough, but I told the guys and I told all my subscribers last week, I'm pretty much just going to play like Josh Allen from here on out because they have to win. The Bills are in the playoffs right now. Every game from going back to last week and the week before that, it's been playoff games. So Josh Allen, they're gunning. They're trying to win. I think this game could be very competitive. I don't think it's a crazy shootout, but I think it can approach this total. Just because Dallas being solid enough on defense, they can be able to halt some Bills drives. But I think it knocks right on the door of this over and under. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it goes crazy over, but it's definitely gonna be a good game environment. And you can just get to Dak Prescott. He's been willing, he's been dealing. You know who his favorite target is. Just pair him with CD Lamb. It's gonna be expensive. Now it gets expensive up here. It's probably gonna be a skinny stack for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably just gonna skinny stack Dak and CD Lamb just because of the price tag. But if you want to go some of these other guys, you can go to Cook. You can take a chance on Gallup if you think this is gonna be too chalky and gonna draw a lot of ownership. Gallup is probably going to be the lower on end of that spectrum, and he's a cheap play at 3,300. You know it's only going to be a couple shots for him. He's not highly involved in the passing game. You just going to need him to fall in the end zone for you. But it's a way to get cheap if you want to double stack. You can also go to Jake Ferguson right here. Ideally, the double stacks are going to look like this for me. Whenever I get to him, if I can get to him, like I said, it depends on how ownership looks and if I can sneak in enough value plays that I like to double stack it because it gets expensive, but this is going to be the preferred way to go for me with Dak. CD Lamb and Jake Ferguson. Like I said, more than likely, I'm probably skinny stacking it with CD Lamb. And then you can always get running backs on the other side there. You know his receivers. If you running back with Diggs, you're definitely talking about top tier value. You're gonna need a lot of value if you're trying to fit Diggs in here. Me myself, I probably running back with like James Cooks or something just because of his involvement in the passing game. I told you guys about him last week. I was heavy on him last week. Still gonna be on him this week as this Dallas defense does apply pressure, and the best ways to combat pressure is check downs to the running backs out of the backfield, little quick hitches to the tight end slants. I tell you guys all the time, man. But definitely looking at Dak Prescott right here for your first QB. Your second QB this week, man, you just got to stay with him. They don't move his price that much. He's going to be chalky, but Brock Purdy just continues to get it done, man, week in and week out. The price jump never crazy. He's been in the 6Ks all year, pretty much. He was in the low fives early in the season, but they haven't moved him out of the sixes. They just gradually inch him up. And then with Brock Purdy, you got to get your pairing option right. You know it's the big three: Ayuk, Samuel, and George Kittle. Man, you can put Christian McCaffrey in here, but I probably wouldn't this week just because I expect them to crush the Cardinals and be playing out from ahead, so he might not get used that much in the passing game. So I won't use him as a pairing option with Brock Purdy this week, but definitely don't mind double stacking. Now, the only rule I always tell the gang, I never put Samuel and Ayuk together because I just haven't really seen them both had a ceiling games. So it's going to be one of these two with Kittle if I'm double stacking, or I may just go skinny with Purdy and Samuel or Purdy and Ayuk, one of those type guys. But you definitely can double stack here. You definitely can single stack if you want to go that route and not go the full on 49ers double there. But either way, if I'm double, it's gonna be Purdy with Samuel and Kittle or Purdy with Ayuk and Kittle. It's never gonna be Debo and Ayuk together. That's just my little simple rule I do. But definitely get to them here, man. They should own these Arizona Cardinals. Now you do gotta worry that Christian McCaffrey gets 2 or 3 ground touchdowns, but hopefully that's not the case here in this spot. I'm gonna like taking some chances on Brock Purdy going against the Arizona Cardinals, which should be a walk in the park for these 49ers. All right. And rounding it out, man, your third and final QB, definitely going to be your tournament play. But just the way the slate's shaping up, the matchup, I mean, he's been playing well lately. Everything is starting to look in his favor. The QB I'm talking about, man, probably going to garner some attention, but Jordan Love, 6,200, going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Listen, you have Green Bay in this spot against a Tampa Bay team who is pretty stout against the run, even though they've been falling off a little bit with injuries, but they still pretty solid. Even if they weren't solid, Green Bay has struggled to run the ball all year when Aaron Jones has not been back there. Aaron Jones may be back this week, but he's probably going to be limited. I don't trust him, man. This Green Bay running game is not there when they don't have Aaron Jones. So I'm going to attack it with the passing game and with Jordan Love. And you know he has receivers. A lot of questionable tags right now, but my favorite doesn't have a questionable tag on it. Romeo Doubs, I love getting to him in this spot. And then we just got to pay attention to the injury news. I don't mind Jaden Reed. This would be ideally my favorite two pairing if everybody's good to go. Reed should be good to go, questionable right now. We got to see how practice goes today and tomorrow. But love this combination right here. Love with Dobbs and Reed. But if Watson is back, he's live. If Wicks is back, he's live. You can pretty much do what you want to with these 4 receivers if they're all a go. Now, pay attention to ownership is how I'm going to play it. So if I'm going to Jordan Love and he gets pretty chalky, I'm going to play the ownership game with these receivers. So if everybody's going to Watson if he's back and like Watson and Reed, I'll make sure I get Dobbs and Reed or Wicks and Reed. Just play off the ownership. That's how I plan to attack it. But all 4 of these receivers are very much in play. If you want to go the tight end route, you can look at Kraft here. But he's probably gonna be a no for me. I don't think they don't use him as big as plays downfield that they use Luke Musgrave. So probably a no for me with Kraft. I probably just keep it at the wide receivers. But Kraft is an option if you want to go that route. He is gonna see a few targets. But for me, I more so prefer the wide receivers. And then you can run it back with whoever, man. Mike Evans over there, Rachaad White if you want to go that route. All right. There you have it, man. Your quarterbacks this week: Jordan Love, Dak Prescott, and Brock Purdy. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pools. They for sure gonna be in mine, alright? That's gonna do it for us here today, man. Y'all know the motto. Chances make champions. Y'all green up. I'll catch y'all next time, alright? Let's get it.